Oh, are we back? Are we back? So, welcome back. That was a quick start to the late night talk. I hope you guys are good. I hope you guys are healthy, and I hope my mic is also on. I have the chat as always here now at the phones, but I don't like it with the case. Welcome back. Hey, I did. Anyways, I did hopefully everything on time. We are now here, and I hope you guys are ready for another late night talk. Also, maybe you can see that we are in a different location. I'm not sitting on the sofa. I'm actually thought it would be kind of to have a new background, thumbnail, very aesthetic, merci beaucoup. The only thing, the sun goes slowly down, so it's getting darker and darker, but I think it's not bad for the late night talk, no? So yeah, I love the view. Hey, let's go. I have to do the chat, something a little bit else on my phone. Oh no, like this. What's happening? Yeah, first of all, I hope you had a good time. Outside of the streams. Okay, that's good. Anyways, so Tivari's in the chat, Yomochi's in the chat, Nico Girl, Falak, good to see you. Also, welcome everybody in the chat for today's late night talk. Now I'm also fully here. We have new topics, food recommendation in comment section. Hey, thanks so much. Thank you so much. I'm gonna check it out. Didn't decided that yet, what we're gonna do 100%, focus isn't good. The focus is good. Focus, I think my face is fully in focus, and when it lose focus, you know that I'm sitting, what are the topics? First of all, you could already read them in the description, but the topics are also here. So our topics for today are, also, quick thing, I replaced a lot of old topics, even though we didn't talk about them. They were just standing there since episode 4, so we just had to replace some. But I'm always free to get some new topics for the next episode. But today's topics are we meant to suffer? Low self-esteem. What is success? Who will life reward? Topic number 5 is constant feeling of unhappiness and emptiness. Kindness is misunderstood as the 6th topic, and expressing yourself as the 7th, 8, financial anxiety, and 9, how to live life, and 10, as always, the special topic we're going to talk about in the last one, so yeah, love them. Hey, let's go. As always, for everybody, I got on Sonnenselt, on the Instagram account, lot more than that of topics, and also in the comment section, but I can't include every topic, therefore this is the selection. And as always, I try to, if you don't see yourself your topic in here, I sometimes try to put topics together, to find a headline that works for both. So maybe your topic is in one of those, and you just it's word by word, so I will listen to you and write my lesson in the same time. Let's go. Productive, I would say. Okay. So topics are W, not gonna lie. Yeah, I think they all we have few topics that go kind of in a similar direction, but I actually like it that this whole late night talk is has a little bit of a headline, to be honest. Okay, this is my first time joining this unique show. Yeah, it's a unique show. Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, what topics are you talking about right now? Yeah, we didn't start it. So, as always, 2 things before we start the stream. You can feel free to it's always the chat who chooses the topics in the end of the day. It's not me, so you can write your topic in the comment section, the number of the topic you want to talk about. But before that, everything what I'm gonna tell you in this small show, it's just my own opinion. It's nothing you should always have your own opinion. Try to mix maybe your opinion with mine, and the best thing is always the mixture between a lot of things. So yeah, so first of all, I'm gonna get blind if I look more into this lamp on the other side. First of all, I hope you have a good time, and let's get started, I would say. So feel free to write your topic in the comments, which number you want me to talk about. You see all the numbers here, and I see 39892771957. Okay, the most of the people are saying kindness. Oh no, it's expressing yourself actually. Oh, that's an OG topic. Okay. It's actually one that I didn't delete it. Okay, and then we go for the chat's gonna stay. Topic number 7, expressing yourself. And this was also one of those where like people ask different questions, and I thought I can put it in under this topic, So by the way, this show, now it's a show, by the way, and by the way, if you're wondering, I always do notes on my hand, so was just wondering myself. As always, feel free to write your opinion in the chat. This also, like, I'm gonna read what you guys' opinion on the topics are. Okay, 10, 10, 10, 9, 9, 9. Yeah, we already decided topic number. You see it now here. Current topic: expressing yourself. And to start with, like the question in the comment section and also on Sonnet Search was basically, I have like sometimes troubles to express like my like, first of all, my personality, my opinions in different situations. I have troubles with it's also a little bit similar of like being yourself, When do we start studying? This is not a study stream. This is not a study stream at all, Y'all can't stop spamming. Yes. So the question is then, like, okay, we have to start somewhere. Like, I think the whole problem of like, I have troubles of expressing myself in some certain situations, it has to do with a lot of more stuff. Like, first of all, I can tell you how it is for me. In some situations, I can express myself the best when I actually know what I want to say. Like, what is my opinion? What is my own, what my mind says to this situation. And I only have troubles with this when I'm not expressing. I only have troubles with this really when I don't have a clue what I'm talking about, or not like what I actually want in those situations. And therefore, that's the reason I said, like, it has to do a little bit with your understanding yourself first, and then you can also express yourself better. I've always been told that I should not express yourself, but why should you not express yourself? Because I think it's so important to like what I always say in those late night talks, that it's kind of your life. Why should you not express yourself? Obviously, in some situations, for example, like we had some law exams where it was really better that I just take the opinion of the majority, So I finished this, or like I passed this law exam. But in most of the other situations, I think it's very important, Maybe our way of expressing ourselves is also a part of being ourselves, in the sense your manner of expressing yourselves. And our manner is probably based on experience and self-analysis. This is what I said. Like, I have the feeling that you can express yourself so much better if you also know yourself the best, Like, if you know what you want, like what I said, like what is your opinion on a topic? Like, that's the reason I think it's so important, or why I'm always saying in those late nights, or in like a few seconds ago, I think it's cool that you know my opinion, and maybe my opinion makes sense, but it's even cooler if you form this opinion for yourself, I have a hard time expressing myself. Unfortunately, this is because of my mom. She gave me a really hard childhood, really. She's still a bit hard, but she's my mom, so I keep approaching. Yeah, I think most of the stuff, how we are today, is because of like what happened in our childhood, or at least it plays a big role. And I think, like, as you write here, like that you understand yourself, why you are like this. And I think this is actually really good. Like this, then you are actually on the right way of figuring out why you are like this, because it's kind of our thing, and I think, or at least it's in my life a big thing, to understand myself better, And when I understand myself better, I can also express myself better in those situations, It's hard to expressing yourself in another language also. Yeah, true. Yeah, you can always see those in the beginning. Like, for example, in this late night talk, I was also now kind of struggling in the beginning of telling you what I have in my head, even though in German it's pretty clear. But yeah, I guess it's kind of a kind of part of life that you have to do this also in other languages. But it's the thing is, like, trying is the most important, you know. Like, I'm trying to tell you what is going on in my head, and then, you know, okay, he tries to express himself. But yeah, childhood traumas are our responsibility to heal. Yeah, it can, you know, it can have a million of reasons, but yeah, childhood traumas plays obviously a big role in why you are how you are right now, you know. Sometimes when I express myself, I feel lump in my throat, so I write. Yeah, some stuff I can also, like, I really have to agree on that. Some stuff I can better write down. Like, I have the feeling that some emotions, especially, you know, for example, one of my things is really that I sometimes I can express myself, but I just don't want to, you know. Like, sometimes I really think, hey, it's actually my thing that it stays with me, and I'm gonna tell this person later, or I'm gonna explain myself later. And maybe it's also something that is not good that I have to change, but then I can always do it so much better when it comes to writing, for example, you know. But opinions equals feelings? No, not at all. Not at all. This what I maybe said incorrectly, or however you say this in English. But I don't mean that, like, having your opinion was just one of my things. Like, if you understand yourself better, then you have a more clear opinion, for example, on something, and then you can express in one of those discussions your opinion more clear. And everybody has the feeling, okay, he really knows what he's talking about because he understands himself, you know. But it always also goes for feelings, like understanding yourself on a higher level, I would say. Also, that you have the feeling that you can understand your feelings better, you know. I can never give the proof, but in some situations, you know what we talked about a few days ago, like, I have this problem of, like, sometimes dipping out of like emotional situations, emotional, for example, relationships or whatever, because I have the feeling I know where it comes from. It comes from something that happens in my past, you know, and therefore I understand my feelings, and then I can express myself the best. This whole opinion was just an example that you maybe can put on it, you know. I feel worse when I can't explain myself, so I just express it much better in my native language, and sometimes I feel like the other person misunderstands me a lot. Yeah, but do you have, like, for all right now, yeah, now you have to type in English because otherwise I couldn't understand. But yeah, actually, yeah, okay. For example, with this here, with my new roommate here, you know, I also have to express my feelings, my how I think, also in a different language, and I can really understand that you are also struggling with that, because I'm really sometimes thinking, hey, I could do it so much better. Like, if I would now be on a walk with a Greek guy, I could easily explain what's on my mind, you know, because in German it's so clear, but in English I have to find another way, and I think this is lost my he deactivated the code anyways, and yeah, it's kind of a challenge, but I really get that. But then you can decide, okay, I completely stop to express myself in English, or I try, you know. Exactly, in good with expressing opinions, but expressing feeling is hard, because I think it's okay. This is also a point. I think it's so much easier to have an opinion on a topic, for example, political topic. Yeah, what is your opinion on that and that? Yeah, so easy. But to express your feelings, because you never have the proof of, like, in opinions you oftentimes have, like, some kind of proof if what you're talking about is shit, but feelings, your own feelings, feels like you're fishing in the dust, you know what I mean? But don't you think sometimes you're just, oh wait, I have to read so much more, but yeah, pranami. But don't you think sometimes you're just so tired of explaining yourself or expressing yourself, and then you just give up and you're like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, 100%. That's the reason I really choose who I express myself. I don't need to explain everybody why I'm how I am, you know? Like, some people, not that they don't deserve it, but sometimes it's just crazy tiring, you know? Explaining, you know, for example, you know, there are so many things in situations where you, or I think what's also, like, to express yourself over and over again to the same person. That's even, like, for example, I have it with really good friends where I have to, like, not good friend, like, also family and all this stuff, you know, like, where you have to tell your reasons why you think like this, why you feel like this over and over again. And yeah, this is tiring, but I can only tell myself, hey, I'm like, if is the person's like worth enough for me to say it again, or am I just okay? I'm just slide it all the time, and I just try to find another way. I express myself best when I'm with people I'm comfortable around, but with others I tend to struggle. Yeah, 100%. 100%. It's like people who you're comfortable with, they also tend to understand you more quickly. Yeah, you're right, totally. Oh no, I'm Muslim and I wear hijab, so I'm often exposed to racism when I'm around non-Muslims. I keep like telling my reasons until I'm tired of them and just ignore. Yeah, I think in this situation, for example, I can fully understand that this is crazy tiring. Like if I would be in your situation, I would also maybe like the people. Yeah, this is what I said. Like people who are like, I have the feeling, okay, I want to build a relationship or a good friendship or whatever with this person. Yeah, then I would tell my reasons. But at one point, I would be also like, yeah, it's my religion. Accept it or don't accept it. I have millions of reasons. And this is also something. Some people, like your reasons why you feel like that, might be understandable for you, but for others not, Therefore, I'm even more selective, I know that my reasons are not enough for another person, For example, my reason to not go out might be tonight that I want to work on a project, That reason might be not enough for someone else, Therefore, I'm also sometimes, okay, why should I explain again, Actually, they always get me wrong, so I stop expressing my feelings for more than half of the people that I know. Yeah, it's. Yeah, I can. Yeah, to be honest, I don't. I know. Let's say I have really friends, also people who I know and I'm daily in contact with, or not daily but weekly. Let's say 30 people. I don't tell them all what I'm feeling. I say maybe 5. Explain my reasons. Like for example, when I go. Good example is I don't go to I don't know, for example, a house party. I don't have time for a house party. Yeah, I write in the group with all my friends, I don't come. I have something to do. And my good friend that I'm gonna write, yeah, I gonna explain more in detail what's going on in my head, Wait, sorry that I missed so much, but here so much stuff standing. Most awkward thing is judging people from what they wear, what they believe, where they're from. 100%. I can only tell you, please never do that. But I think in this chat, yeah, nobody would. I hope so. It feels so awkward to express any kind of emotions. How we are supposed to express how we are supposed to express them. It sounds stupid, but with your words, you have to find have to find a way that that you just, I don't know, for example, you have someone, you only are in the situation, okay, I need to express myself right now, if you have the feeling the other person doesn't get you right. So then I'm really telling, hey, you want to know why it is like that, or are you open to listen to that quickly? Maybe you can do a small introduction like that, or you just tell, hey, for me, for example, hey, we just do now example to us, I don't know, I have only myself here, so I can give you an example on mine. So for example, this whole thing of like, hey, I'm having trouble to go into a deeper bonding with a person I'm interested in, and then I really tell, hey, it depends how good I know this person, but if the person I really like the person, then I'm really saying, hey, it has something to do with my past. I also had it already, that I was very close to someone, and then this hurted me, and that the reason I'm more careful of jumping into the next, and if the person is then judging me and saying like, yeah, I don't know, who cares, then I was like, actually kind of funny, but now then it's not worth it. But I hope I have the feeling of who I'm telling this. But I think there's no other words, no other way of just expressing it with your words when it comes to situations like that. Other ways can be also possible, what Ruchi Kumari said, like with writing a letter or something like this, I still can't express myself, even when sometimes I really want to share it to someone, but just can't because I know the other person is not interested at all. How do you know that? And that the other person is not interested at all? I don't know, I would not... There are some people who are not interested, 100%. but like the people where you, yeah, okay, if you have the feeling with everybody of your close ones, hey, they are all not interested in what I'm feeling, this is 100% not how it should be. There should be at least one. It's so awkward and low key scary with your really close ones. It's really, for some reason, then, yeah, to be honest, then you, from my experience, then there must be time to work on the friendship or the relationship or whatever it is with this person, or with your, for example, you can't express your feelings to your parents, then there must, like, you don't have to, for like some stuff I also don't tell my parents, like there's actually a lot of stuff, but for example, I have close friends where I really can tell them, and for example, Mr. B or the burger friend, I really tell both a lot, and also like the Greek guy or whatever, anyways, and I don't know, I never asked them if they're interested, and they also never asked me, because I call them, maybe if you have like people in your life, maybe they think exactly the same vlogs, like to the person who commented that. maybe they also have the feeling that you are not interested. Maybe they also think like, hey, this person is only on her or his own feelings, and he's not interested. So for example, I can only tell you from my past, for example, with like friends where I really crossed the line of like, we are really involved in the other person's life. I sometimes just call them. Let's say I call just Mr. B and ask him, hey, what's going on in your life? How are you feeling and all this stuff, And that shows that I'm interested, And maybe the other person is also just waiting for that, So you never know. Stopped expressing myself because people around me keep judging, so my energy just disappeared. Yeah, okay, but this is what I mean, like, with like I would also not expressing myself depends on which level, but we now talk about deep feelings, no? And there I think, like, I don't express my feelings to a big group of, okay, I'm streaming right now, yeah, what? But you know what I mean, that I'm a little bit like, I also don't, I think telling everybody my feelings is also not the key, I can't find the person who will understand me truly. I fear people will find it awkward if I show my true self. No. This is also something I would say a little bit different, like showing your true self. You live this life once, if you keep on, I don't know how old you are, because sometimes in like very young ages, for sure, it's more common to maybe not show yourself all the time, but I can only tell you that with you showing yourself, you will attract like friends who also are like you, because this person is actually thinking like this and this about the topic, and then it will get better, to be honest, not gonna lie, but this feeling of like, yeah, whatever, is starting to come up from my parents, which is low-key concerning. I guess I just don't want to tell them stuff anymore, express myself them. Is it bad? I think actually the sign that I had this in my life, and I guess also a lot of other people in the chat, they also had it. This is a sign that this is not, like, obviously it's not nice. It would be nice if everybody would understand us in an instant, but you also have to think about the other perspective, like, sometimes it's really bad timing. You try to open up to someone, but this person had a stressful day. This person has also her or his own life, Then it was shitty. Maybe you can try again afterwards. Or your parents had a stressful day, They have like all the stuff going on in their life. You have all your stuff going on. And who might be busier, who knows, But you know what I mean? Like, it's not, for example, I also don't tell my parents every of my feelings. Sometimes I have the feeling they don't understand them at the moment, or sometimes I also have the feeling this is something I have to deal with myself. I can't always tell my problems, and I think it's not, like, obviously if they are not interested at all, yeah, that is concerning, but it's also kind of the thing, okay, how do you want to change it? We talked about this in the other late night talks, but yeah, I think there's nothing that you, like, only a few people have, so sometimes I feel bad after expressing myself, like I should have said that or done that. Yeah, but Yeah, because it makes you more vulnerable, no? Like you, if you tell the people how you think and how you are, this makes you in some kind of way, they are like, yeah, you show them where you are like easily to attack, I would say. So I can understand that you have this afterwards, but then it's done. Then you can only think, okay, I can try to better my, like, be better in this thing, what I told them. I don't know, for example, you told them, hey, I'm scared of this and this, and then, hey, I have to work on that, this was like, when I'm already on the thing that I tell others, then I really have to change that, no? In my opinion, it depends on the person, how open they are to listen and how comfortable are you with them to tell them. So you need to find the right person to open up to. True. This is what I said with telling everybody. I think this is not the key. I just learned to like have fun by myself. My B-day was on Friday. I watched the Demon Slayer movie. No one wanted to come. I went, enjoyed myself, bought myself a present and had fun. Hey, and this is also like, yeah, obviously it's, it could be also nice with others, but it's like, I think it's really a power to be with yourself and to also enjoy time with yourself. This is like a superpower that I think a lot of people are actually lacking on. So I think it's not, yeah, obviously it could be different, but it's not, at least not bad, Wait. I don't know how long we are already talking about this topic. We have to close it, guys. I don't express my feelings to even the closest people to me, because I did that before and I knew that they just don't care about. When they do express, I'm so supportive and listener. Yeah, the only thing I really think about that not, yeah, to be honest, I also have that feeling, like, oh, I'm listening so well to the other person. I give advice and all the stuff, but maybe the other person also thinks like that doesn't have, like, for example, in the chat, I guess like a lot of people already sat here in the late night talk and thought like, damn, that's not answering my thing at all. So I just know, not that you are not like that, I don't want to say that, but just maybe they have the feeling they helped you, and they didn't. But maybe you also gave them the feeling, or like, in the worst case, yeah, they're just not interested, or they are just really people who are like, don't want to help you and all that stuff, and this is obviously the worst case. But I only want, like, sometimes we also maybe get a really hard feelings, like that we have the feeling, hey, they're all not so nice as I wish it would be, But yeah, it could be also different. Like, yeah, only like, actually, I can only, that the reason I also have this late night talk. I would really wish, because I now also always try to find reasons, that life is actually not as bad as it might sound now in the live chat or for something like this, but I really hope that you find someone who you can talk about. And that's the reason I also create this late night talk, because it's kind of nice that we can hear you guys. The most of us are anonym, like, you don't have your real name there, so you can basically write whatever you want in here, like you have this place, for example, to and I can promise you, I hope I give this feeling to you that I will not judge your things, because I have also a lot of stuff in my head that is not nice, or like problems I have to go through, so I have no, like, I don't have the power to judge your things as bad or right. So anyways, this is what I wanted to say, and we go for the next one, this is not the answer to the question, but to overcome it and to feel that you are not alone, in my opinion. No, did I miss the first part, Zainab? I'm sorry. And to feel that you are not alone, in my opinion. Yeah, true. Like, obviously, for example, oftentimes when we have this late night talks, I also tell you, hey, damn, you are not alone with this, because I think it always, if I now understood you right, because I have exactly the same opinion. For example, someone writes in the chat, hey, this and this is shitty, and this, it makes it for him or her even more shitty that they think, hey, I'm alone with this problem. Most of the time you're not. Like, there are a lot of other people, and this doesn't mean that the problem is like not there or something, but it's really it shows you that you can deal with it because other people also dealt with it, and makes maybe a little bit less worse, Okay, my friends told me I'm so chill with problems, but I think it's a good way. Yeah, this is also the thing. Like I also told you this one, like before the first part of my bike exam, I talked with one friend and she didn't know me so good, but she knew me, and she said, "Hey, Dan, you are the coolest," you know. She said, "But hey, you are so chill with your stuff. Like you do the law thing so like so easily, or not easily, but you just do it, and you don't trip about it at all." I was yesterday crying. And guess what? The night before I was also crying, you know. But I don't tell everybody, you know. Happy 167k. Hey, thank you so much. Merci beaucoup. We have 167k subscribers. Hey, thank you so much. That's cool that we hit it in the late night talk. Anyways, so this person, also a friend, but also didn't know me at all, you know, like that I'm also tripping like crazy. But for example, you guys, if you watched the study streams before the bike exam, you saw a boy tripping, you know, or at least the people who watch sometimes on the screen. Anyways, okay, so it's no crying Kazan. Yeah, I have to be honest, I'm also crazy tripping before exams sometimes. Not for the CA1 exam, by the way. Your boy was calm. Jokes. I was also nervous, but not as trippy as before the bike exam. Anyways, but yeah, only to tell you that it's some people also, they don't know me, you know. Okay, pets, cousin. I try to show all my feelings: anger, happiness, sadness, embarrassment, whatsoever. And this, like, if you, but I said this, like, whatever, like, I hope nobody else gave you a different feeling, but you, however your emotions are, and if it's like one way of like to release your emotions of crying, it's fully okay. And I hope that nobody gives you the feeling that you can't cry about stuff. Okay, they don't know the struggle. Exactly. We go for the next topic. I'm really sorry, but Pascal, I hope you also have somebody you rely on sometimes, like how we express our feelings to you. Hey, merci beaucoup. Merci beaucoup. You have the penguin. Okay, we go for the next Pascal or moderators. Why don't you put timestamps in the comments? This for the different topics. Yeah, true. Yeah, because it's maybe so much to go through. Anyways, we go now for the next topic. Feel free to write your next topic you would love to talk about with a number, but like just write the number, please. Here are the topics, and so what we talked about is topic number 7, expressing yourself. So this is kind of off the list, and now we can go for the next one. 3, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 2, 9. Why is my chat here so much slower than on my PC? I have to read that. Michelle with a 9, 5, 2, 8, 6, 2, 3, 2. Okay, I see a lot of 2s and a lot of 9s. Okay, so we go for, and also 6. Okay, actually all topics I would love to talk about as well. But okay, 3 as well. What is success? Also such a, okay, we have 50 minutes more. Okay, we go for topic. I saw the most 9s, to be honest. So we go for how to live life. Quickly, to explain you guys what the main comment was about. Also, by the way, if your numbers today not in the stream, it's completely okay. We have like other late night talks where we can also talk about the topics. The topics don't get wiped away, only if they stand there for like 8 episodes, but most of the topics are brand new. Anyways, so topic number 9 is how to live life. And the question I got on Instagram, and it was what the things already said, and with this example of like, hey, I'm so much working and all the stuff, and I have the feeling I don't live life. And to make this kind of quick, you know, from my perspective, you see on Instagram other lives, you see on YouTube other life, you see how I live my life, you know, with the vlogs and all the stuff, or with the study streams or whatever, you know, you see a lot of like 1,000 different ways of how to live your life. And I can't tell you how you should live your life. You have to find out yourself. For example, some people say, hey, you're not living life, Pascal, because they only see a study stream of 5 hours and then they think that I'm disappearing. Nah, that's not my life. My life is then go for a run, meet up with friends, go like clubbing, oh, sorry, I spit it. Excuse-moi. Go dancing with my friends, do a ton of sports again, and to work on other stuff or be creative. But this might be not the life that you want to live, but it's the life that I want to live, And this is the thing. I can't tell you how you should live your life. You really have to figure out. And then the reason, let me tell you, it's the most important that you figure that out, what you want to do with your life. Like, that's the reason I always say, like, this is really, like, a million of topics that are in these topics, that you should do the stuff that you want and not what other ones, that you should find out that what you really like. Obviously no stress. I hope that this doesn't stress you right now, but that you should find out what you like and not do the stuff what other like. It's also good to do sometimes the stuff that other people like, to say, hey, I don't like that, or I like that actually, So this is actually for me the biggest thing, and this is the whole experience key, Like, you can only figure out what you want, how you want to live your life, if you do a ton of experience, or like if you at least try some different stuff. And that's the reason living life just means the good things. Now it's it can be everything, for some people, like what I already read in the chats a few times, like, hey, I would never want to now study a new language, like, or how can you now start with French even though you did the bar exam and all the stuff. Yeah, but it's actually kind of what I want right now, or like I'm working on the other projects. For some reason, like, we are all just so different that we have to all figure that out in some kind of way, life cannot ever have one meaning. There are billions of lives on this earth, and those billions of meanings, you just gotta find yours. 100%. As humans, I think we have a need to create something and leave a mark in the world, however small. So the key is never to be passive in life. Example, just consuming content online. But to be honest, it can be also, like, I don't like it, but for example, I wouldn't enjoy it so much to, like, bed rot a whole day and watching TV series, but I not gonna lie, I have people, and I also think that people in the chat who really enjoyed it. They just like life, to watch movies, to watch series. Obviously, you might think, damn, this is like throwing your life away, but it's really, this is taste. This is so different taste, Like, I know, for example, in my childhood, it was a big thing to just stand with my brother on a football court and play 8 hours football, That would be, like, everybody would say, hey, damn, they are doing sports. But technically, we are also doing something repeatedly with, like, only because we feel so much joy by it. Obviously, like, when it comes to addictions, then it's a different thing, you can also, but you know what I mean, like, there's just different ideas on it, you can't add days to your life, but you can add life to your days. 100%, lots of things to try, but I won't be young forever, and I'm still studying. Like, I have to pass that exam, I have to work, I have to do this and that. Yeah, and this is also the thing. Like, obviously, you might now think, hey, how should I experience a lot of different stuff? But, there, I don't know why I tell you this right now, but I had an Instagram account when I was younger, and they still exist. And there was like 14 or something, or 13, I'm not sure. And I always used the hashtag there, use your time, because I really had the feeling I have to use every single minute of my day. And this is basically, like, you can see this still in my streams, Like, I study for 8 hours, but after that, the day is not over, I would say, That's the reason I think, even though you have to study a lot, like, let's say you have to study for 10 hours, you can still do something, For example, in the bar exam preparation, obviously, there were some days where I woke up, studied for 12 hours, then ate, then was also rotting somewhere, and then I fell asleep, Obviously. And you shouldn't be mad at yourself, because you're also sometimes tired with stuff. But it's also important that hey, I can actually, if I use my time effectively, I can also do something outside of the exams, outside of the studying, Honestly, after this year, my life just gonna live the way it should be living. I hope, Ja. I hope. living life also depends on the age. Majority of us are teens. I think we can't live it like how we want it yet, but we've got better things for us, and in the end it's hope, 100%. But as a teen you also have like crazy freedom, like freedom of like most of the people in the chat have no financial like big financial responsibilities, and so therefore it will not get better when you're older, because then your job comes, then the taxes are coming and all the stuff. So yeah, did for 43 minutes. Wow, we have 48 hours, please. Yeah, I would love to, but it's not like that, we don't have freedom, strict parents. Yeah, but I can only tell you the life as an, like, I'm now a newcomer to the whole adult game. Yeah, I'm not sure. I still see myself a little bit more as a kiddo sometimes, but there's just stuff that's coming, and then you might think, hey, I would love to be a child again, even though I had strict parents. But I can lay in bed randomly at, I don't know, sometimes, adult people talking about taxes. Tiwari, 100%, That's part of it, I guess, When I was talking to a 32-year-old, she said, you have life, and now I don't because I'm old. I said, it's how you see life, not the age. Like, it's really, we always see, this is called negative bias, I think, in psychology, that you always see the negative stuff, but it's really more positive, or like there is a lot of positive stuff that you might don't see, I feel like now that I started uni, my life is so much better. I'm so excited to learn a lot of things and create. I feel much more free and happy than in high school. Hey, I can only tell you, like, high school life was cool. Actually, high school life was amazing. But uni life is also really, really nice. Like, I hope you enjoy. I hope you enjoy just every part, and whatever part you're in, even though, like, adult life is also, cool, Do you like your life, and are you satisfied with it? Please answer me. That is a good question. But I would actually say, yeah, I live my life 100%. I really try to use everything. Like, every hour that whatever person that gave to me, I try to use it. And I'm satisfied. Like, if I'm satisfied, that is actually a different question. Because, yeah, oftentimes I'm not satisfied, but I'm oftentimes not satisfied by, sorry that I'm starting with this word, I'm oftentimes not satisfied with life. Like, I'm really satisfied with life sometimes giving, but I'm sometimes not satisfied with myself. But there's also something that I really have, like, a problem with myself, that I'm oftentimes not feeling satisfied, my life is so repetitive. It's just school and then go home to school. It's so boring, but there's generally nothing else to do with my life, and plus I get so drained and tired after school. My parents, I think there are a lot of things that you could do, like life, like what you have right now. You can do other stuff, obviously the tiredness, this can have millions of reasons. You don't sleep enough, puberty and all the stuff, that can make you tired. And also your parents, I don't have control about that, but I can tell you, like, even, okay, let's imagine I have the crazy strictest parents that I can still find some, and they say, okay, you have to be in your room the whole day. That's kind of shitty, obviously, and I hope that nobody has this, but you can also do kind of cool stuff in your room, I tried, can only tell from experience, I tried to teach myself when I was 7 a backflip in my room, I experienced life there, almost broke my neck, but in the end of the day I tried, a skill issue. Oh man, your boy's spitting today. Anyways, okay, I want to grow up, but at the same time I don't want to. Yeah, I think if you are in this feeling, in this case of feeling, or whatever you can call it, then it's maybe good that life just does it for you, the growing and the staying a kid at the same time, All right, I tried to do backflips in my room. Thanks, mate. Yeah, but I don't know if I hope you know what I mean with that. You and your obsessions with backflips. No, I'm not obsessed. For some reason it's anyways. Okay. We have actually only a few more minutes. We have to go for the next thing, and it's actually because I said I'm gonna be here ready at 8, but we do a little bit longer as always. But my parents, okay, wait, I'm gonna read that, you know. My parents are like that. I'm only allowed to hang out twice a year and stuff, but to be honest, I'm so introverted, I don't mind that at all. Like, I work out and do a lot of stuff in my room. Yeah, like, even though I really think that this is not the way to do it, that you can only hang out with friends twice a year, but I hope that you, yeah, first of all, I won't talk about this rule with your friends, with your family again, but I hope that's, that this is changing and that you still find joy in the other things you do. Okay, we go for, actually, special question. We today had only 3 topics. We're gonna talk about the other topics in the other late night talks, and as always, we're gonna finish the stream with the special croissant, topic number 10. Okay, someone asked, oh no new numbers, we can't do new numbers, we have to go for our last topic. I'm sorry guys. Last topic is always the, like, you can see it in the topic list. Topic number 10 is always the what closes the stream. How to make the world a better place. And always, there's like, obviously you can always write in the chat what you think, but from your perspective, what do you think is the most important, or like what are those things you think is actually kind of a way of how to make the world a better place? Is it like, do you have something, for example, from your own experience? We talk so much about experience. What do you think could it be, you know? Plant a cute tree. Hey, to be honest, the whole idea, I did this with my grandpa when I was really young, and for some reason I still remember it, and it gives me some kind of chills. Anyways, your existence make it better, 100%. Hannah, be kind. It's so hard. Completing people, it makes their day. Learn new skills. If we listen people without judging them, 100%. This, like what we talked about in the beginning, this makes really a world a better place. If you don't judge always, it doesn't matter in which discussions, you know. Good question. Kindness. Be kind and spread positivity. From my perspective, it will always be start with yourself. Like, I feel we usually think sometimes else can do that. Complimenting people, recognizing people by saying hi to them and not walking right past them. Complimenting people. I said this also millions of times, but I was thinking about it recently. This actually, like, I think it's actually kind of nice to tell people, for example, you look good and all this stuff, and it shows also that other people, oftentimes we have the feeling we only care for our own lives and we don't care for the others, you know, like the others don't care for me. But giving someone else a compliment, and I actually started with this in school time because I was so into, or like I really was interested into like how I style and my fashion and all the stuff. I really like to, like, what I still do, like, I don't know, buy clothes that I really like, and it's really a habit of me, and I think my friends can tell you the same, that I always, when they buy something new, I recognize, and I said like, hey, damn, you got a new jacket, hey, damn, you got new shoes, hey, damn, you got a new cap and all this stuff. And I think it's also, I have the feeling this made the world a little bit of a better place, you know. Don't stuck in something or topic. Okay, we gotta fight for our rights. You know, human rights is super important to focus on this. Feeling someone's pain and even helping them out. True, Zola. Especially in this time where like, where like I have the feeling like it's really on the rise to just care for yourself, and especially you can also see it in like political leaders and all. Like, I hope that you still really care for others, you know. To be honest, if you can't be kind, then also don't be rude. You have no right to do that, although your nature was made to be like that. But still, true. Like, I think it also, like, there's most of the time no reason how I like in the most of the situations, or like in every situation, not a reason at all to be rude, you know. Defend justice and learn cultures. Don't judge anybody by where they live. Always be kind and understanding. Don't hate. Establish dialogue. True. You can, figure the most out with a good dialogue. Complimenting spreads energy and make people happy. I also think that. Stay strong in your opinion if you think you're right. Politically. We need more Pascals now, I think. Voting for the right party. Yeah, but I think some people think that they vote for the right thing, no? Getting a compliment from people that are honest and don't talk much is such a flag. I get so happy. Yeah, so do it more, you know? Do it more. Anyways, hey, I think all of those answers were actually kind of nice. The Wi-Fi goes away. That's also a sign to end the stream, I would say. Basically, are we back? What's going on with the Wi-Fi? I think we are back. What if there's no right party? Hey, that's actually a good question. What if there's no right party? And there's actually, then you have to create a new one, I would say. Now then there must be one good one, no? Like one that is better than the others, that has better moral than the others, no? Okay, yeah, I actually have to end the stream. The Wi-Fi is tripping or not? I don't know what's going on. Anyways, there's no right party for me. Don't go. Guys, I hope you guys had a good one. Thanks so much for everybody who was here. And I hope you can still hear me even though the Wi-Fi is shitty. Shit. How long you gonna stay in Belgium? This is actually today and tomorrow the last day I'm here, you know? It's good. It's not. It's not good. It's kind of shitty. No. Hey, I hope you enjoyed. Feel free to leave a like, subscribe for everybody who can still hear me even though the Wi-Fi is shitty. Feel free to yeah, support my channel if you want. You don't have to. And I always really enjoy those talks with you. Ciao, Kakao. Bisous and love you.